today we turn this to this. So the plan is to put the rear section of the carpet in and fit it, and that way I can actually sit in here and do some other stuff like seam seal and put these panels in. I ran a ground wire for the taillights just in case because it gets pretty rusty back there, and I'm going to run speaker wire. Here's some box of parts. There's that rear carpet. It's time to get started.
Just throw it in there.
You're natural. Forward. See where it's molded?
Yeah.
So the brackets for the seat, I gotta cut out holes. But I gotta make sure it's in the right spot. And this pad under here should really be, right up against the floor here. How close is that underlayment to the edge there? Like, where is it? Oh, it's way ahead. See, this is molded with a double thing here, which the wagon had. This car doesn't have that in the floor pan. It's just a straight up. There's no like double hump. Where you can see in the carpet, it might be tough to see, but it has that double hump here. This car doesn't have that. That was a great indicator as to where this goes. It does have the mold for where your footwell is.
Is it really that bad if the pad underneath doesn't match up with where your feet go?
I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'm just trying to use it as an indicator as to where this goes. I mean, my Dart and the wagon, it literally was so molded, perfect. It just fit right in, and I trimmed the edges, and now it's done. Look how high that is.
When it should be down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little high.
Because then you'd have to.
Yeah.
And then you have all this material in the center.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. This is auto custom carpet, which is fantastic, except for 62 Valiants. It even has a hump here. See it?
Yeah.
But it doesn't exist. This is reminiscent of like a B-body.
Do you think they sent you the wrong one?
I think they don't really make one for a 62 that's like perfect. That's the only thing I can think of. Because the box said 62, there's nothing on it that would indicate it is or it isn't. And the seat will hold it down, the seat belts will hold it down, the back seat will hold it down. I'm not trying to make this perfect, but I would like to cut it to fit correctly. I mean, I might have to slice it right down the center so I can fold this down and this over. I thought this was going to take all of 20 minutes. Turn the blade this way. There you go. Don't cut your hand off.
Yeah.
Lighting in here is terrible.
I still need to get lights for in here, so.
Lights for where? What do you mean?
I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
Oh.
Like, I'm refurnishing a house.
Yeah, I get it. You're hilarious.
Okay, well, you didn't get it at first. So.
Yeah, I forgot how funny you were.
Yeah, I am funny.
Are you going to start swearing like my friend does?
No, I'm not a swearer.
You were just swearing.
No, I wasn't.
Like you're a biker or something.
I was not swearing, for those concerned. So, what are we doing right now?
We're going to bolt the seat in, do a little mock-up, because I got to make sure the seat belts actually will be mounted in the right spot. for tiny people.
Yeah, that's me. I feel like that's a little bit of your fault as well.
It isn't my fault. It's your mother's fault. It is your mother's fault.
Okay.
She's tiny. How tall is she?
What?
How tall is your mother? 5 nothing?
She claims 5'2", but I'm 5'1" and I'm taller than her, so.
The math isn't working out there.
No, something's not adding up.
So when I put these seat brackets on the seats, when I tighten them up, they kind of went like that, like they bowed out at the bottom. That might make it challenging. We're not on it right now. I'm just testing. You like testing?
I like testing. Well, actually, no, I don't like testing, but like as in exams.
Right.
I took the SAT this morning.
Oh yeah, you have a little personal moment here.
Yeah. I don't recommend. I actually this time, because last time I was like scrambling to get the answers filled in, right?
Mm-hmm.
This time, none of that happened.
Right.
Like for none of the sections. Because usually I'm like short on time.
Yeah.
But this time I had like a couple minutes after each section, so I don't know if that's good or bad. You know?
I do know.
How does this test work? Do I just sit in there?
Yes, you'll be sitting in it. I have to secure the other side because I can't have it independent, like when we're adjusting the seat. Yeah, that whole thing I said about not having to worry about these lining up right now,
Yeah.
that was a lie.
A lift would be nice.
You want to get me one for Christmas or something?
I don't think I can.
Isn't that hilarious?
That's so funny. I literally did that 2 seconds ago, too, so.
Yeah, when you were under the car.
No, when I was getting out of the car.
You gotta hold the bolt down under the seat here.
Okay, and how do I do that when you're all spread across on the floor here? Do you want me to get in the car and go? Get in.
Get in the other side.
Okay, what do you want me to do with the camera?
Carry it with you, because I'm kind of... Go around the
Oh
car.
my god. I can fit back there. I don't think I can fit. Gotta take my shoes off.
Yeah, make yourself comfortable.
No, it's not about comfy. I don't want to get...
I lay on the cold concrete floor.
I don't want to get your new carpet all... Okay. What am I doing?
See what Mom doing in my hand?
No. Hold on. I'm cold and I'm sick. Okay. What?
See that there's a bolt head right here on your side. Same place.
Oh, on my side?
Yeah, reach.
Okay, well, I can't freaking see that.
I know.
Okay.
That's why I'm showing you on this side. So
Well-
you're just going to have to reach and feel for it.
Okay. Is it there? I feel it.
Okay, push down.
I'm pushing down.
Use all your might.
Wait, I don't have that much might.
Are you using all your might? It doesn't seem like there's a lot of might there.
I'm adding the some might that I have.
I'm going to push up a little bit. There we go. Okay, push down.
I have been.
How much might are you using?
Not okay. Hold on. Pause.
You need more might.
I'm trying.
There you go. That's a good amount of might right there.
Yeah, I had to get my other hand in there. Are we all set?
I'm gonna try that. You know what? I just had a thought.
Oh my god, you
I
did?
did.
We should throw a party and celebrate.
So this seat adjusts forward and backward.
Mm-hmm.
The passenger one does not.
Why? So it stays in place forever?
Forever and ever.
I feel like that's okay.
So, as you feel my arm, we'll probably have to mount that seat, I don't know, or figure out where it is. I don't know, okay. So, now comes the hard part of really? That's all the way up?
That's enough.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't even sit that close in my Subaru. Do you want me to sit there and actually see?
Yeah, I want you to sit there.
Okay, here. Should I put on my shoes?
No, you don't need your shoes to sit in
well,
the seat.
that would be testing it accurately, so my bad.
Okay, put your shoes on then if you want.
No, they're on the other side of the car now. Looks good.
Can you push the pedal all the way down? If you had shoes on, is that acceptable? Well, that's as far as it goes, so that...
No, this is fine. It's rainy and windy and chilly.
So these seatbelts came from Seatbelts Plus. They're actually good seatbelts.
You don't think seatbelts minus? They're not good? They're not as good.
Yeah, I got these from Seatbelts Plus. Same ones that were in the wagon.
Different blue.
No, same blue.
Well, I meant to this car.
Here you go.
Ah! I'm strapped in, all right. Yep.
Okay, we need to adjust it.
Yeah, you do. I don't think I'll be this far forward, but...
Yeah, we'll get there.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't want seatbelts. It's just weird the way they don't mount to the side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe I'll mount them on this side. They had them on the floor. That seems odd.
Yeah.
That seems right. On the side, right? This is right up against the rocker.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So on the Dart, I drilled holes and welded nuts in.
Moment of thinking time.
Does that look right? Like on the floor?
I don't know.
Because then it's twisting. They should be there. Great.
What? I thought you said it was just drilling holes.
Well, in the center, I can just drill a hole because I can get behind it. On the side, I can't get behind it.
Are they supposed to be on the floor?
That's how they were mounted originally.
Then I'm sure it's not.
I think they were an add-on.
I'm sure it's not, like, completely terrible, horrific, awful if they're on the floor.
Yeah, but then when if someone sits in the back, the seatbelts are under their feet. Right here, I can get to it.
That's reasonable, right? Or would that be weird?
I don't think it's far back enough. It's not far back enough.
Why does that matter?
Because it has to come up at like a 45.
Oh.
Right?
For safety reasons?
Yeah. So it really, I think where they were on the floor, they should be on the side.
Well, they can't be on the side, right?
I'm gonna have to figure something out. Okay, that irks me. I'm irked.
You irk me.
Where are you going?
I'm grabbing my shoes.
We're not done.
I know. I'm just bringing them to this side. I'm going to get out on this side.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
So the original seatbelts are mounted to the floor, which is odd.
Oh my god, my face is...
Okay, that's strange because
So strange.
when you're if you're sitting in the back seat, the seatbelts are under your feet. Plus, what I didn't realize was,
minus.
if you grab that,
Yeah.
when you put them on the floor, hold that like you're wearing it. It's going from flat to sideways. If you mount it here, twist that.
Sorry.
It's right in line with where you're sitting. And then when you let go of the seatbelt, it's not in the way. Yeah, I want it here, but this is right up against the rocker. That side I can get to. It almost looks like it has a space here for a seatbelt bolt. Alright? Nice. I can mount it here, because then I can get to it, but that's too close to the seat. It would have to be here.
Where?
Okay, but hold this. We still haven't tested it.
Okay. Give me the testing pieces. Where's this going?
Is that where you put the seat?
I don't know. With shoes on, it may be different.
Okay.
But it's definitely close enough.
So after some consideration, I don't know if it was careful, but it was consideration, I am going to move the seatbelts from where they were on the floor. Makes more sense. I actually think this bump out was probably for seatbelts, but I can't be certain. It's just the drive shaft right here. It's not the U-joint or anything. So this will be easy. Just drill a hole, put the washer behind it. Done. This side, I can't get the washer like perfectly behind it because the rocker is right here, whereas there's a bump out here and the rocker isn't right up against the floor. But I can't have the seatbelt start here. It would be at the wrong angle, as we covered earlier. So it would be great if I could hold the nut and washer inside the rocker, hammer this up, and then bolt it on. But you know, once I put the nut and washer in there, it's just going to fall inside the rocker and I'll never see it again. I believe on the Dart, I put 2 nuts on a bolt, welded them together, and then held the nut and welded the nut to the rocker. So I drilled this hole out bigger in the floor so I could drill a smaller hole in the rocker to fit the nut, and then that was that. I think I welded up the floor around the edge of the nut. So here's where I'm at. I welded 2 nuts together, and it's slightly off a little, so when I bolt this bolt through them, it's kind of like an interference thing where it's almost like a locking, like a lock nut. And I have this hole drilled out, so that's a little hot. So I already test fit this. I can just hammer it in. So I tack welded the nut in 2 spots. There's one of the tack welds still on the nut. And then I figured, you know what? I should just hammer the floor down to the rocker and just weld all around it. So I began to do that, and one of the tack welds broke, and then the other one broke, and the whole thing fell inside the rocker. So after some mental and physical gymnastics, I got it out. So this is what I did with the Dart. It's all coming back to me if I didn't remember it earlier. I should have just done this. Drill the hole, and then when you tap the floor down to meet the rocker, because the hole's bigger in the floor because of the step drill, you have a nice surface to weld the two together. But I'll hold this here at the same time with the second nut in farther so it's kind of flush. I'll hold it out a little bit. So I'll have a nice little pocket for some weld. And then, like I said, with these two welded together, kind of offset a little, it tightens up when you get into the second one. So I'm going to finish this one up. I'll come back and show it to anyone who cares. And put the seatbelt bolts in here. Then I can get back to putting the carpet in, which was the goal of today. Gotta love it. And that'll kind of locate the carpet better for me because I was having difficulty. So it took a little more weld than I wanted because the rocker was, you know, had some rust scale on it and I couldn't really get to it to clean it up, but it's solid. It's not going anywhere. And the bolt still goes in. So I'll probably shoot that with a little bit of black paint, but first I'll do the other side. And what else I realized too is, at least on the bench seat cars, this side of the seat belt goes to that seat, and this side comes to this seat. So we'll see what that looks like once the seats are in and the seat belts are in and the carpet and everything else. So yeah, this is what it takes to put a carpet in when you're an idiot and you don't consider what you're doing. Although I did consider putting these on the side, I just for some reason thought, you know, put them back where they were. But once the seat was in and the carpet, it kind of looked ridiculous where the passenger would have their feet on top of your seatbelt, and aesthetically it just didn't look right. On the passenger side, the rocker and the floor pan are like one on this side. The driver's side, they were separated by at least the width of that washer. But these are so close you can't even tell them apart. So I'll weld this up. This hammer's in, I already tried it. I was actually looking all over for my vice grips because I wanted to put the vice grips on this side and back this bolt out a little. Couldn't find them. They're on the bolt. Done and done. I hit it with some black spray paint. Calling it a night. Literally just ran out of welding gas, and I thought to myself, that's the last thing I want to do is get some welding gas. And then I remembered I borrowed the tank that's on it now from a friend of mine who just filled his to finish that up, and now I have to fill 2 tanks. But that was very kind of him to do that for me, so it's not a problem. Alright, until the next day. Say welcome back.
Welcome back.
Today's another day.
Today is a new day.
See the seatbelt things I put in?
I see them.
Now we're going to try to get this stupid carpet in. That doesn't fit.
It's crisp all day.
Should I push the car out?
Why?
No. Picking up where we left off. It doesn't seem to fit as good as it did yesterday. Hop in, feel free.
Sure, let me just try to get by all the things you just threw on the floor.
I'm just gonna start in the middle here. The seatbelt.
Is that the door?
Okay, so the goal is to center this carpet somehow using the center seat bolts and then work everything from there. So you're gonna hold this here and this bolt, and as it tightens, keep the seat belt like that and you go like that. Let me leave my glasses here. I'll be right back.
Okay, see you soon.
Actually, you know what?
What?
Trade me.
What?
Trade me.
I'm gonna turn it?
No.
Which way?
Another way it'll go.
Am I doing it?
Hold on. Okay, so the bolt is 5/8 and the nut is 17 millimeters. Does that make sense, right? Okay, get your ratchet ready. Keep going. Use those muscles.
I am. Okay, welcome back.
Oh, hey, thanks. How have you been?
Good.
Basically what I'm doing is I'm finding where I drilled that. And I'm just cutting an X in the carpet. You follow?
Cutting an X in the carpet.
Run the bolt into the carpet first. Because it'll go into the carpet nice and easy.
Round 2.
What happens to this stainless trim? It just gets destroyed.
I see that.
What I might do is buy like some aluminum and just put it under it or over it or something.
Yeah.
Because you can't find these, they don't make these. So I guess I just have to run the carpet to the end.
Yeah.
Because this is covering the entire, I mean, this stuff is just falling apart, literally. It's weird how the sill plate is on the side. That's how tiny this car is. Most sill plates are flat.
Yeah.
Still not very happy with this carpet. We must press on. Literally, press. Ow. Oh, that got me right in the nerve.
Funny bone?
Yeah, like my whole arm is like tingling now.
Yeah. It's the worst.
Okay.
Ugh.
Can you feel it?
I can feel it.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to continue with my plan and put the other seatbelt in.
That's all you can do with a crap carpet.
Such language.
Oh yeah, my profanity is really bad.
You got nothing on some people though. I guess with the seats in, you know, and you're driving, you won't notice all the wrinkles and crinkles.
Wrinkles and crinkles. I mean, in the front seat, you won't be able to see it.
I'll know it's there. I'll know it's there.
Well, forget about it when you're driving.
Okay, so I have to like meticulously cut this or something, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have a screaming fit after I cut it.
Yeah. I would like to be spared from that.
Can't guarantee anything.
Just grab your little knife.
Got my little knife.
Slice. See, it's already coming together.
My friend here to swear for me.
I'm sorry I can't be that friend for you.
For those of you that don't know, a friend who I took to the junkyard says the F word apparently an awful lot. I didn't even realize it. It took me 7 hours to edit it all out. It took me longer to do that than it did to drive to the junkyard and pull the windshield.
Yeah, look around at the junkyard.
It's funny because in the video I'm like, you swear a lot. Like, the realization like this was real. So a quick recap. I've got the seatbelts in and they are holding the carpet where I want the carpet to stay. It's kind of bunched up, but I think I have a solution for my sill plates that are in terrible shape. I've cut out holes for the bracket for the seat, so the back seat runs along here. So even though this overlaps, you'll never see it. I've also patched the floor up. I screwed all these panels down, seam sealed them, so those are all set, and spray painted them. So next step is fitting the front section of the carpet. Okay, I've test fit the front of the carpet and it's laying down much nicer. This should be pushed forward more, but there's so much carpet. And that would kind of make sense. That would put this pad here up a little farther, like another inch. And that's right about where it starts to curve up. So I'm not hating that. And I got plenty of coverage, plenty of overlap, which is nice. I decided to mount the gas pedal bracket and then work everything off of that. So on my 64 Fury wagon, it had the original carpet in it, and there was actually a hole cut out in the top right of this pad. It was like right about there. But that gas pedal's flat on the floor. It's like the last flat piece of floor before it turns up. This one, the gas pedal is on the first curve up. So based on that, I mounted it there. And then I'll keep this back edge straight with the brake pedal, as straight as possible. You know, who's gonna notice? It's pretty good. It's still loose, so I can move the carpet around a little bit. The cutout for so this is the cutout for the high-low beam, but the high-low beam actually is up here where this piece of backing is. So if I go by that, then this is up on the curve, which it's not going to work. It's not very flexible, and it's supposed to be flat. So that's my baseline, and I think the carpet's a little far to the driver's side as far as the extra material, but you know, I have to cut it anyway. So I'm just going to start smoothing it out and trimming it off. I have bolted the driver's seat in completely, and I smoothed the carpet out all the way under it to the tunnel and all the way over to the rocker. So I did this for two reasons. One, because I wanted to anchor it, so when I do that side, I know all the carpet I need over here is here. And the other thing is, actually, while I was doing it, I was thinking to myself, you know, I do recall putting carpets in and then putting the seat in after the fact, and then it pulls on the carpet and it gets awfully close to exposing the floor between, you know, the carpet and the rocker, or the carpet and the sill plate. So I think I got it. That gas pedal bracket is not completely tight, so there's a little wiggle room, but it seems to be fitting better. I don't think it's going to be like perfectly even, but it'll never be noticeable, and I'm not even sure if it will be uneven. The seam seems to be kind of close from side to side, but I haven't, you know, pulled that side tight yet. What I'll do is I'll put the bolts in the holes over there. I won't put the seat in because I still have to get the back seat in and the back panels, and I have to fix this window in the track. But before I do that, I have to address the package tray, which is right there, and it's a mess. It's looking good though. I'm gonna call it for tonight. Cooler heads will prevail tomorrow for cutting this and trimming it out nice and finishing it up. Carpet is roughed in, fairly rough. And I just set this sill plate here just for the heck of it. Seats are bolted down. They're holding the carpet in place along with the seat belts. I originally bolted the heater in and I was going to cut around it, but then I remembered that there was insulation here. It was here on the kick panels. It was all around the gas pedal, and the carpet's long enough, so I just ran it up, cut holes for where the heater bolts go. When I put the kick panels on, I'll figure out whether or not, you know, this carpet will actually fit behind them. Like I said, there was insulation there. Over on the driver's side, I still have to do the high beam indicator, but I need to mount the switch. I need to do the washer pump thing, but I need to mount that. I need to mount the e-brake, and the cable for the e-brake comes down to the floor, and there's a little cover, so I need to figure that out. Finish running this ground wire that goes to the taillights just in case, because it's a little rusty back there sometimes. And I'm going to run speaker wire there. I actually slit my finger open with this when I just changed the blade. I hit my knuckle dead center, the longest part of this blade, right to the bone. and it just would not stop gushing. So I think I'm done for now. So my sill plates aren't in the greatest of shape. This is the driver's side one. It's the worst one. It corroded up the side. These mount sideways, unlike regular sill plates that mount like this. So these are straight up and down. This will be the inside. So because of the new carpet is, you know, it's extra thick, this isn't going to hold down against that carpet. It's just not going to work. So I went out and bought lengths of aluminum, and I cut it to fit the sill plate. So what I'm doing is clamping it to the table, clamping it to itself, and as I drill the holes, I put screws in to hold. It's a little wider than the original sill plate, but it's not going to affect anything. There's plenty of room in that interior. And then once this is all done, this one is good on the side, except for like right here. It won't be noticeable. It'll be better than it is. A little before and after. Before, after. Much nicer. This one looks not new, but good enough. This one's going to be a tough sell. So I have another piece of this that's long enough, but that kind of sucks. I was going to buy another piece of this a little wider and put it behind it, but I mean, I'd have to cut all this out so it doesn't look so terrible, but I'm not going to worry about it. That can be a singular project when this car is running and driving, aka that's the way it's going to be. So this will hold it down. Once again, it's the driver's side, and my theories are always, if it's on the driver's side and it looks worse, that's fine, because the passenger will see it and be like, wow, that's nice. You'll probably never see this. It's right by the seat. So I'm not going to worry about it this time around. But future me will be very happy that these are all ready to go in once I get those rear panels in. Here we go. Package tray. This is what's left of my package tray. Someone had a speaker in the center. It's thin cardboard. It's got this cruddy insulation under it, which was all cut up. And a new one is $180 plus shipping. And who knows what color you actually get when you select blue. So here's my solution. I have this piece of thin, I guess, plywood. It came off a bookshelf I bought, and I made like shorter bookshelves out of and hung them on the wall, so this piece wasn't needed. So I have this. I traced out the old package tray, sanding block, duct tape, probably the wrong saw for this, some contact cement, and everything's a table and you don't have any room, so this is what I'm dealing with. And I got this material at like a fabric place. I just bought the whole roll. It's more than enough, and it's like a felt. I couldn't find vinyl, not even in like a dark blue or any other blue that wasn't like hideous blue, but it happens to match the seats very well. So I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it doesn't get any closer than that. And it being a blue interior, I found is with the wagon, every blue you put in it is different. Steering wheel's different from the dash, cluster's different, same as the steering wheel. Dash pad is discolored, seats are discolored, carpet is brand new and way overcolored. Door panels are in good shape but different color than the rest. And the package tray was some kind of other blue. Headliner is a lighter blue. This is the plan. Let's see if we can do it. I'm going to cut these pieces out in 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. Because there's 3 different levels and this doesn't bend. Definitely not at, 80 degrees. That's where the duct tape and everything else comes in. I also bought 2 6x9 speakers that will help secure it. The little clips go in those holes. So this bottom panel will be secure. And then the material I'll just bring down and put a piece of metal or trim, like wrap it up and screw it in. It's the back part that it needs to go under that gasket. That's how it's secured. So we'll see what we can do. But this is holding me up from doing everything else because I have to put this in before I put the back of the seat in. I have to put the side panels in before I put the seat in. The last thing to go in would be the bottom of the seat. So let's do this. An hour later or so, I've got these pieces cut. Now the plan is to, I think what I'm going to do is literally duct tape these together, these back two, and make one panel, cover it with fabric, and I might try to clip it in. I have some extra clips. And then this one I'll make separate because it's going to hold the speakers, and I can just slide it in and the speakers will hold it down. So I really need to get this one secure. Originally, like I said, this piece of the panel had the little clips that went here and over there, but I think what I'm going to do is, depending on what makes more sense, either drill holes here or up here and put the clips in. I have the upper rear panel mounted. It's still two pieces duct taped together, and then I just laid it flat and put the material on it, so when I folded it, it kind of made it taut. And then there's the little clips. So it's under the window gasket in the back, little clips in the front. Could be brighter in here, but looking good. So the panel behind my back seat was all tore up and ripped and pieces were missing, so what I did to fix it, because I'm not buying a new one and there's nothing wrong with it otherwise, was simply cut up a cereal box and tape it to the back. This is the side that faces the seat, so you'll never see it. This is the side that faces the trunk, and what I'll do is I'll just put some of that blue felt I have on there, and you'll never know the difference. Follow me as we wrap up this interior. It looks... How does it look?
Looks beautiful and blue. Beautifully blue.
So, starting with the gauge cluster, I scrubbed all these white buttons and these knobs. They actually look like the plastic was like disintegrated. They were just completely filthy. They look great. The steering wheel was covered in grease. I don't know why. But that looks good.
Shiny.
My whole plan to fix the gas pedal worked. So that works. Doesn't fall through the floor anymore. I actually ran the carpet because I had it all the way up to where there used to be like insulation here, and the carpet stopped here. So that goes all the way up. I put a speaker where the old speaker was. I just cut out the 6x9 speaker and put like a 4-inch in there. I have a radio delete plate. It's taking weeks to get here, but it'll be here. This is one of my prouder moments, fixing these sill plates with just a piece of aluminum, and it just makes it look so good. And it really holds it down too, you know? Holds that carpet down. The carpet that barely fit.
Yeah.
Got the seat belts in. Got the seats all cleaned up. Back seat looks great.
Beautiful package tray.
Beautiful handmade.
Handcrafted.
Handcrafted. Got those speakers in. What else did we do? Oh yeah, we cleaned up all the chrome. Like the visor chrome and the rear view chrome. Not the interior light working. That was just a bulb. I actually found a piece of headliner, a strip of it. It was under the seat or something. And I'll just cut out little pieces to patch these little holes. But that can be at another time. So how does it look?
It looks beautiful.
It is beautiful. I might
It
break
looks
down.
clean. It looks new.
I know. I might break down and buy the actual floor mat, the carpeted floor mats that fit. Because I looked at just hard store ones and they're hideous. This thing. Here's the divider. I put that felt on that divider too. I fixed that cardboard divider with a cereal box. And I covered it in that felt. Last thing I'll mention is I cleaned up all this chrome. Like this directional was completely pitted. And even this chrome on like these visors and this mirror were not the greatest. And they're like brand new now. I actually bought this called Quick Glow. Made in USA. You can only buy it from the actual guy that makes it. I think it's him and his daughter who do it. When I do the outside of the car, I'll go through how I use it. You don't need much at all. I put like a tiny bit on a cloth and it lasts a very long time. I mean, look at the difference between this I cleaned up on the inside. And then here's the outside. And this will all clean up. The only thing I really have to do is make sure the gauges work, things like that. But now we're on to the final push to get this car on the road. We'll get into that next video. I appreciate everyone watching and subscribing, so thank you very much. Until the next one. I received the radio delete plate sooner than expected. I was going to clean it up and paint it, but I figured we'll stick with the theme, and this is not a complete restoration. I mean, essentially I just replaced the carpet and the package tray, so we'll stick with that. It looks good.
Stop.
Not to show you. Say she's going to fight me to the death. That's what she said. You're a liar. Come on, Death Fighter. Will you take this? You're such an idiot.